Chapter 5 from Mark Walwyn's book, It Didn't Start With You, How Inherited Family Trauma Shapes Who We Are and How to End the Cycle. Have you judged, blamed, rejected, or cut yourself off from a parent? If we truly want to embrace life and experience joy, if we truly want deep and satisfying relationships and health that's vibrant and resilient, if we truly want to live up to our full potential without the sense of being broken inside, we must first repair our broken relationships with our parents. Beyond having given us life and being an inexorable part of who we are, our parents are the gateway to the hidden strengths and creative forces, as well as the challenges that are also part of our ancestral legacy. Whether they're dead or alive, whether we're distant from them or our relationship is amicable, our parents and the traumas they've experienced or inherited hold the key to our healing. Even if you have the sense that you'd rather chew a handful of thumbtacks than warm to your parents, this step cannot be bypassed, no matter how long it takes. Broken relationships often stem from painful events in our family history and can repeat for generations until we summon the courage to let go of our judging minds, open our constricted hearts, and regard our parents and other family members with the light of compassion. Only by doing so can we resolve the pain that prevents us from wholly embracing our lives. Even if at first we can make the movement only on an internal level, it's important to find a place inside ourselves where we can soften when we think of our parents and not bristle. This approach may run counter to what you've been taught. Much conventional talk therapy focuses on blaming the parents as the root cause of our suffering. Like rats endlessly navigating the same maze, many people spend decades rehashing old stories of how their parents failed them and made their lives miserable. Though our old stories can entrap us, once we uncover the deeper stories behind them, they have the power to set us free. The source of that freedom is inside us, simply waiting to be mined. Ask yourself, do you reject, blame, or judge a parent for something you feel he or she has done to you? Do you disrespect one or both of your parents? Have you cut yourself off from either of them? Let's say you blame or reject your mother. Let's say that you blame her for not giving you enough of what you feel you should have received. If this is true for you, have you also asked yourself what happened to her? What event had the power to interrupt the flow of love in your relationship? Did something occur that separated the two of you or separated her from her parents? Perhaps your mother carried a wound from her mother and was unable to give you what she didn't get. Her parenting skills would be limited by what she did not receive from her parents. If you reject your mother, it is likely that a traumatic event stands between you and her. Maybe your mother lost a child before you were born, or gave a child up for adoption, or lost her first love in a car accident, the man she had planned to marry. Perhaps her father died when she was young, or her beloved brother was killed getting off the school bus. The shock waves from such an event would affect you, but the actual event would have nothing to do with you directly. Instead, the trauma would tie up your mother's focus and attention, no matter how great her love for you. As a child, you might experience her as unavailable, self-absorbed, or withholding. You might then reject her, taking her depleted flow of love personally, as if somehow she had made a choice to keep it from you. The greater truth would be that the love you long for was not available for your mother to give. Any child born into similar circumstances would likely experience a similar type of mothering. If you cut yourself off from your mother, you might blame her for not responding to all the love you gave to her when you were a small child. Maybe she was depressed and cried a lot, and maybe you attempted to make her happy with your love. Maybe you took care of her and tried to take her pain away. Maybe one day you realized that all your good efforts had failed, that your love could not make your mother feel better. And so you distanced yourself from her and blamed her for not giving you what you needed, when it was really that you felt unseen for all the love you gave, or disheartened that her love could not be returned in the same way. Cutting it off may have been the only option you knew. Cutting off can make you feel free at first, but it's the false freedom of a childhood defense. Ultimately, it will limit your life experience. Maybe you blame or judge one parent because he or she was at war with the other and you felt forced to take sides. Often a child will be openly loyal to one parent, but secretly loyal to the other. The child may form a covert bond with the rejected or denigrated parent by adopting or emulating what's judged as negative in that parent. Let's look again. The emotions, traits, and behaviors we reject in our parents will likely live on in us. It's our unconscious way of loving them, a way to bring them back into our lives. We saw how that pattern unconsciously played out in other people's lives. When we reject our parents, we can't see the ways in which we're similar. The behaviors become disowned in us and are often projected onto the people around us. Conversely, we can attract friends, romantic partners, or business associates who display the very behaviors we reject, allowing us myriad opportunities to recognize and heal the dynamic. On a physical level, a rejection of our parents can be felt as a pain, tightness, or numbness in our body. Our bodies will feel some degree of unrest until our rejected parent is experienced inside us in a loving way. We don't even need to know the exact family history to understand what triggered the rejection. Clearly something happened that kept the two of you from being close. Perhaps your mother's own mother died when she was young, or your mother lost a sibling or was left by the great love of her life. She may not reveal her history, and you may never know it. Even so, healing your relationship with her will help you feel more whole inside yourself. Something clearly happened. That's all you need to know. And this something blocked your heart, or blocked her heart, or both. Your job is to reconnect with the love you naturally felt for her when you were small. In this way, you can let go of what you might be carrying that actually belongs to her. Healing our relationship with our parents often begins with an inner image. Sometimes before we can take a step in the outer world, we must first take a step in our inner world. What follows is one way to get the process going. Although the exercise focuses on our relationship with our mother, the same exercise can be done visualizing our father. Visualizing your mother and her history. Imagine that your mother stands in front of you a few steps away. Check inside. What sensations are you aware of? Now imagine that she takes 3 large steps and stands very close to you, within inches of your body. What physically happens inside you? Does your body open, or does it contract or want to pull away? If your answer is that your body contracts or wants to pull away, it's important to realize that the work of opening is now your responsibility and not your mother's. Now let's widen the lens and think of your mother again, standing several steps away. This time visualize her surrounded by all the traumatic events she experienced. Even if you don't know exactly what happened to her, you have a sense of her family history and how she might have struggled in her life. Take a moment to really feel what it must have been like for her. 1. Close your eyes. 2. Recall all the stories from your mother's family history and let all the tragedies you know come to mind. 3. Visualize your mother as a young woman or a small child or even a small baby, tightening against the waves of loss, trying to protect herself from the onslaught of pain. 4. What does your body feel as you sense what she might have felt? What are the sensations and where do they arise in your body? 5. Can you feel or imagine what it must have been like for her? 6. Does this touch you? Can you feel compassion for her? 7. Tell her in her heart, Mum, I understand. Even if you don't fully understand, say the words again. Mum, I understand. Consider adding the words, Mum, I'll try to take in your love just as it is. without judging it or expecting it to be different. 8. How does it feel to say that? 9. What happens in your body when you tell her this? And 10. Is there any place in your body that lets go, opens up, or feels softer? Not only does having a close relationship with our parents add to the comfort and support we feel in life, it has also been shown to correlate with good health. The results of a 35-year-old longitudinal study conducted at Harvard University found compelling evidence that the quality of our relationship with our parents can affect our health in later life. Specifically, participants were asked to describe their relationship with each parent using the following scale: very close, warm and friendly, tolerant, or strained and cold. 91% of participants who stated that their relationship with their mother was tolerant or strained were diagnosed with a significant health issue such as cancer, coronary heart disease, hypertension, etc. in midlife, compared to 45% of participants, less than half, who reported that their relationship with their mothers was warm or close. Similar numbers were reported for participants who described their relationship with their fathers. 82% of the participants who reported tolerant or strained relationships with their fathers had significant health issues in midlife, compared with 50% of those who had warm or close relationships with their fathers. If participants had a strained relationship with both parents, the results were startling. 100% had significant health issues versus 47% of those who described their relationships with their parents as being warm and close. Another study conducted at Johns Hopkins University followed 1,100 male medical students for 50 years and found that cancer rates correlated closely with the degree of distance a participant felt toward a parent. Not only can a difficult relationship with our parents affect our physical health, our early relationship with our mother in particular can serve as a template from which our later relationships are forged.